We're in the hospital. They finally get me a bed, and I'm on a floor where you're only separated by curtains on either side of the patients. You've been ill in a hospital? Good. Okay. Relatable. Okay. So on the right-hand side, there was a man who was ill with a gallbladder attack. And a female surgeon comes to see him. She's like, well, I think you need to have your gallbladder removed. And he goes, you don't know what you're talking about. I want to see a male doctor. And he died because he was red pilled. He was red pilled to the end. It killed him. Red pilled, yeah. He was MGTOW, MGTOW, whatever it is. Men going your own way. He went his own way to the grave. No. And then there was the guy on the left who was an older gentleman. He was having prostate issues, kept saying, oh, like my pee's not coming out. Even though his pee wasn't coming out, he managed to tell the nurse about Bitcoin like 10 times an hour. Like, I have so much Bitcoin! I'm like, oh, can you have more silence over there? Then they finally, after a few days, I got to go to my own private room, which is so exciting. Unfortunately, it was not on the VIP celebrity floor, which does exist at Cedars-Sinai. It's the 9th floor, don't tell anyone. And I said, is there a way that we can get a doctor to review my IMDb? I have a few credits on there. I was on Comedy Central in 2016. Maybe we could work something out. And they said, you're delusional. That's fine. I love being delulu. So when I was in there was a hot orthopedic surgeon. I don't know if you know this. Male orthopedic surgeons are hot. Like, you're not, yeah, you've broken a bone?
No, but Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, okay. Which one was the orthopedic surgeon? I don't even know who that is. This show's been on like 28 years. I don't know who's on that thing. Okay, so this doctor would come in and check my shoulder incision every day. He was like so good looking. Like, it was like so unfair. Like, he would come in like looking like a wind machine was blowing in his hair, and just like so handsome. And I was laying there looking like I just got hit by a car. Super rude. He had a big dick too. I could see it in his scrubs. Big dick, rich, smart. Dr. Jawad Najawi. He was Jordanian from Iowa. He played college football at Creighton. I Googled him many times, and I still think of him fondly. Yeah, so I lived, and I just want to say sorry to my haters. That happened. That I'm sturdy, that I'm a sturdy woman. It couldn't kill me. Someone said that my mom saved my life. She's dead. And they were like, oh, your mom intervened. It was a miracle she intervened. I was like, I don't think she did much. Like, she missed the window. Like, I got pummeled by a fucking Dodge Charger. Like, are you serious? Like, she didn't do shit. Still love her though. I do think of my parents, often. One of them is physically dead. The other is just like, dead to me, just like spiritually dead. And I don't know if this is like a generational thing, but did any of you have parents who didn't drink water?
Yes.
Yeah? I never saw either of my parents drink a glass of water, ever. They were like, well, we don't do that. We don't drink water. And you know how like they talk about alcoholics having wet brain? Once things start like going real, this guy's nodding. You've lived a life. You've lived a life. He's been injured in the hospital. He knows what wet brain is. Fantastic. Okay, but I think my father like had dry brain or something. Like, I don't know what was going on there. Like, he filed for bankruptcy 3 times. Like, that's not somebody who's optimally hydrated. Like, that's not somebody who has their electrolytes up. My mom would be like, I hate the taste. I hate the taste of water. The most tasteless thing in the universe. You hate the taste of it. And then, like in the early 2000s, Jennifer Aniston became the spokesperson for Smart Water, and she's like, I want to try Smart Water. And that bitch, she was drinking Smart Water. And then when she had a stroke and was in the hospital, she wouldn't drink the hospital water. She's like, you have to bring me Smart Water. You have to bring me Smart. I literally drove 4 hours when she was dying to bring her Smart Water. Isn't that so nice of me? So nice. And then she didn't save my life when I got hit by a car. a lot of yelling in my house when I was a kid. You know, dehydrated. Lots of yelling. I was scared of my father, you know. He lives in Thailand with his mistress Anne now, so he's doing big age difference. He's 81, she's 51, blah, blah, blah. Which is fine, you know, someone in the family's fucking, I'm happy for him. Because I'm voluntarily celibate. Like, I don't do it anymore. But, you know, I was a sexual person for most of my life, and it started kind of like, yeah, like, has anybody ever masturbated? Is this relatable? Have you heard of this? When you can touch yourself and make friction? Okay, so I found out from my therapist that, you know, the younger you are when you start masturbating, you're usually in like a more chaotic household, and that made sense because my parents yelled a lot. And I remember I was about 10 years old, and I was in my parents' master bathroom, masturbating, and you know, doing my thing. I finish and I head out, and they're in their room, and they look so upset. What the fuck? What's going on? My mom looks like she's almost in tears. And then my dad says, Princess Diana died. I said, oh, thank God. Okay, thank you. Have a moment.